Judah's my tribe, oh, my bloodline is pure gold. Call me a weirdo, but y'all still don't. That's that John Boy. Y'all be checking John Boy out. Y'all check John Boy out. That's one of the brothers putting in that work in the kingdom. Putting that work in on the music side. Real talented artist. Been out front, forefront of the Hebrew Israelite movement and putting out good, straight bangers. You know what I'm saying? When you hear it, you're gonna connect with it. You're gonna connect with it. Why? Because it's talking about you and our people. But it's talking about us in an uplifting way. You know, we recognize things through the lens of thus saith the Most High. And a lot of people look at you like you're funny, but ain't nobody got time for them. That's the wrong attitude to have. You can learn something from a dummy. I tell you the truth. I tell you the truth. I tell you no lie. Hold on. I'm making this print because I got a message for what I'm seeing that I want to add to what's going on. Create this African flag. Hmm. Hmm. Africa. What do I want to say about Africa? I'm gonna definitely paint that one into Macron. Young Niger soldier warns Macron. Evacuate your ambassador or face them Africans ain't playing with y'all.
Leader soldier has directly called out French President Emmanuel Macron, warning France to withdraw its ambassador before the 15th of September or face the consequences. His message was not only fiery but symbolic of a much bigger struggle, a growing resistance against France's lingering influence in Africa. This is more than a war of words. It reflects a deep frustration, a pan-African awakening, and a region that's saying enough is enough. What will this mean for France's presence in the Sahel? And could this mark a historic turning point in African sovereignty? This is Paul bringing you raw, direct, and thought-provoking stories from the heart of West Africa.
Fair use copyright. Fair use copyright. Y'all know I'm highlighting every good deed, every good thing that Africa's doing. And I pray that it sets a fire in the hearts and minds of all these people scattered and on the continent to come together. We the ones that can change. And it can't be a one. Okay, that's them. No, it's us. It sets a precedent to the world. It's the acceptable year. It's the time. We've been complaining about the world and the systems doing woody woody woo. Now, the brothers and sisters over there in Africa, the leaders are awakening and taking control. And brothers and sisters that's scattered, you can look to the east. Look at your home. Look at where you come from, your ancestors. You ain't got to go along with all that bull crap. Let's check Africa out and see what they doing. Fair use copyright. Fair use copy. Let me read this because I want to hear. This is my reaction video. Like and share the video. This is right now. This is a game changer. Get straight to the video.
Beyond. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. Welcome to Pulse of Africa channel, your reliable place for real up-to-date news from across Africa. If this is your first time here, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you stay updated, informed, and connected to what's really happening from across the continent. Your engagement keeps our voice alive and strong. The content of this video is based on credible, publicly available information, official statements, and other authentic online materials. It is intended for educational, analytical, and informational purposes only. We do not promote hate, violence, misinformation, or political unrest. Our sole objective is to provide context-rich insight into current affairs, amplify local perspectives, and support informed dialogue across Africa. In a passionate public statement that's now circulating widely across social media, a young Niger soldier has delivered a blistering message aimed squarely at French President Emmanuel Macron and France's continued presence in Africa. According to the soldier, France has overstayed its welcome, and its ambassador in Niger must leave the country immediately. If the French ambassador remains in Niger after September 15th, the soldier warned, whatever happens to him will not be Africa's responsibility. France will bear the consequences. But this ultimatum, made openly and without diplomatic filters, reveals just how far tensions have escalated between Niger's military-led government and its former colonial ruler. The soldier accused France of treating African nations with contempt while continuing to benefit from the continent's natural resources such as oil, gas, uranium, platinum, and more. He insisted that France is being fed daily by Africa, yet continues to disrespect and exploit its people. You should feel ashamed of yourselves, he said bluntly to Western leaders. We feed your nations, we power your homes, and still, you treat us like fools. He argued that the West supplies weapons to Africa not for defense against external threats, but to make Africans fight each other. The soldier accused France and other Western powers of intentionally destabilizing African nations just to maintain influence and extract resources without resistance. His words reflected a broader sentiment sweeping through several West African countries, a hunger for independence not just in politics, but in mindset, economy, and defense. France may still have influence in countries led by civilian governments, he said, but any African country now led by military leadership will no longer bow to France. This sentiment mirrors recent political developments in the region. Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali have all experienced military coups in recent years, driven in part by frustrations over security, corruption, and the lasting grip of colonial influence. Macron, in a previous controversial statement, had reportedly suggested that without France, Africa would not exist. This remark, perceived as deeply patronizing and arrogant by many across Africa, appears to have sparked even more outrage and defiance. In response, the young Niger soldier did not mince words. He called Macron a fool who doesn't even know how to govern his own country and claimed that African nations are effectively sustaining European economies with free raw materials and resources. Enough is enough, he said. Africa is waking up.
France President Macron says that without France, the entire Africa will not be existed. People must understand one thing. Without France, the entire Africa will not be existing, but that Africans are chasing you away today, you don't want to go out. Today I want you to know one thing. France ambassador in Niger should be handcuffed off and deported back to France. Not in peace, because they don't want peace anymore. I will send this in media, and I'm saying it in media, and I'm saying it very loud and clear. That if the France ambassador is still existing and France government is still insisting that they will still get in control of Africa, then we are ready for them. If they are ready for war, then they are welcome. I make this very clear to France president, especially to the France president Emmanuel Macron. We are ready for it. If you people are in Africa, feel ashamed of yourself.
Ain't fucking around.
The Westerners, you should feel ashamed of yourself that we feed you each and every fucking day. We make you have light energy. We give you gas for free. We give you oil. We give you platinums. We give you raw materials, mineral resources for free. But you people still see us as fools, like we don't know nothing and we don't know what we are doing. Come on, it's enough, it's enough. We cannot be feeding you, the Western peoples, why you people see us as fools. And now we say it's enough. We are no more going to feed the full-grown men like Westerners who see us as fools. And today, Mr. Macron, you are not feeling ashamed of yourself that you are not even capable to take care of your country. We are taking care of your country for you. We feed your country. We pay bills in your countries. We give you raw materials for free.
Hold on. Hold on. Africa, let this sink in. Africa is not playing no games. Ooh, I gotta say, I like the new Africa. I like that because at some point, enough is enough. And people say we ain't going no more, man. So that means you need to, whoever's doing what, why they don't just stop? They think they that gangster that they just gonna continue to just do it. These people ain't going. I don't see them going for that shit no more. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing for Africa. Africa sending a message. And I think the world hear you loud and clear. I pray our youth are paying attention to this. That's why I put these videos out. I've always been somewhat of a revolutionary. But it's a way to revolutionize. And some people ask, just don't want you to do nothing. They want you to lay there and take it. How Larry Hoover say, why they put something up your back. Man, black people ain't going for that shit. They see we ain't. So shit. Africa, you better stand. Fuck that. You better take. Hey, and your leaders done showed. Ain't nobody playing them. No. Black people ain't going. You better have that same damn attitude. Talking about some Africa needs y'all. I mean, yeah, like, stop playing, man. Africa don't need them people for shit. Africa need to be Africa. They got what they need. They don't need them people for shit. Think about it. What they need them for? They being hospitable. They the ones showing love. I understand what Shorty said. I understand what the soldiers saying. Enough is enough. Damn, we feeding y'all over here having backdoor meetings and shit, talking about we need to be colonized and all this and that. Like, what the fuck? Who does that? You know, come on, that's common sense. That's gonna make you open your eyes. Like, oh hell no, these motherfuckers gotta go. You can't be in my back door and our front yard with all that shit. You know, you right in the house and you with all that. Hell no, you gotta go. Your ass got to G.O. You would have been went. You know, America, we ain't going for that shit. They ass will have to go. America ain't going for that shit. Like, who? What? Dude, move the fuck around. You don't hear them only ones you ever hear telling politicians what to do. And our politicians' ass need a wake-up call. It's Israel telling their asses what to do. They act like they scared of them. And they can cut the video or whatever the fuck they want to do with it. I don't care. I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to put it on a shirt and take it to the streets. You ain't going to stop it on the streets. Because we know what the fuck we talking about. Ain't nobody got time to be playing games with these people. Tell these people the damn truth. That's the problem. Ain't nobody telling their ass the truth. And you got a lot of black ass people scared of them. That's their gravy train. They want their biscuits. You know what I'm saying? Like, go sit y'all ass down. Game over. It's a new day. Black people is not playing with nobody. Okay, I got one more. Black people is not playing with nobody. Like, move a resound, Liz Ames. Move a resound, Liz Ames. You know? Check Africa out.
You cheated Africans for so long, Mr. Macron.
Man, they got used to the shit. Like,
you know how we see you? We see you as a fool who don't understand what he is doing. But Africans understand. And we have a time for you. That time limit is over.
Ooh.
Whatever you have been doing before is before. It can never repeat again, and it cannot be repeated again. Mr. Macron, France president, I call you a fool. And I even in front of you, I would still call you a fool. Because you think France can rule Africa again. It's not possible. No. France can only rule an African country that is not being ruled by a military. But any country in Africa that is being ruled by a military or that is in control of a military leader today is over. That country will not be ruled by a military.
That's how Africa's supposed to roll.
And we are ready
all
for
that president shit. Get that shit out of here, man.
And I will give you this promise today. If the ambassador of France will refuse to leave Niger before 15th of September, then ambassador, whatever happened to the ambassador of France is not our problem. And it's not caused by Africans. I will tell you this today. Mark my words. Something different will happen than to cut light and cut water from the ambassador house. That is a little thing. But before on the 15th of September, if nothing being done and France didn't remove their ambassador from Niger, I promise you, France ambassador is going to become a mystery. And we are not going to take the responsibility of anything that happened to the France ambassador. France will take the responsibility of anything that happened to the ambassador in Niger before on the 15th of September. UK new Prime Minister met with Nigerian Chief of Army Staff. Why? Because UK is ready to push Nigeria to a war with Niger. But that same UK destroyed Nigeria and stayed all the oil and the gas from Nigeria. Now, since Niger is still standing strong to make sure that France go away from Africa and from their country, they are trying to push Nigeria. But I will call on to Nigerian military chief of staff to understand this, that whatever meeting they had with the UK new Prime Minister is not our problem. But our problem is, let you know what you will do in Africa. And weapons are in African territories to put Africans together to murder each other. Westerners supply weapons to Africa so that Africans may harm each other. Any weapons in an African man processor
Can't say the man
is
lying.
there for that African man to be used to.
You can't say the man lying. We hear this all the time. Now, the hunted are becoming the hunters. That's scary. They ain't got no, well, they do got military action. He in the military. That man in the military suit, he ready. And Africa has always been a backbone when it comes to war. You got to look through. Africa and its people have always carried the burden of the wars of these nations. And they treat you like shit. They ain't just treating y'all like shit, Africa. They did that same shit to our people. Look at when they came back from the Vietnam War. Yeah, you gave your people and others, but you gave peasants from Europe, as Dr. King says. But damn, what about your own people? You black man couldn't even drink from the same goddamn water fountain. Like, what kind of government does that? I ain't talking about all the people, so don't accuse me. You have some people from the other nations that was fighting against that. But I'm talking about what we know. This ain't no shit from no 100 years ago. That's the sad part. It ain't been 100 years. It's crazy. And they still playing these games. You can't blame Africa. What you expect? Shit, Africa ready to ride or die.
Fight against his fellow man. There is no African man in possessor of weapon that can use that weapon to defend his own African territory.
The soldier's statement has triggered intense debate and mixed reactions, both within and outside Nigeria. Across social media in West Africa, many citizens praised his boldness. Some hailed him as a voice of a new generation, one unafraid to challenge Western powers and speak unapologetically for African sovereignty. This is the kind of leadership Africa needs, one commenter wrote on X, formerly Twitter. We're done with puppets.
You need to be killing people, but
But others worry that such confrontational rhetoric will escalate tensions and lead to unnecessary conflict. Diplomats and foreign policy experts have warned that threatening foreign ambassadors, no matter the sentiment,
they don't give a
could
shit.
lead to
But
sanctions or
now it's our time to show them. That's why it's change, because what what they're doing is not in agreement with reality at all. I don't know what the fuck who raised these people that does what they do, and to think that people would just lay there and go along with it. You trying to push people to it. If you think people scared, that's what you gonna fuck around and find out. They gonna fuck around and find out, and I don't know why they don't get it. This dude is like, dude, go sit down somewhere. Respect people's sovereignty. That's it. The fuck?
Isolation. This kind of language risks putting Niger in a diplomatic crisis, said a regional analyst. It may empower some, but it also risks provoking a military response or economic retaliation. International observers, including the United Nations and African Union, have urged restraint and diplomacy in handling ongoing tensions between Niger and
Tell them
France.
get the fuck out their country. How
The
about
involvement
that?
of the United Kingdom has raised eyebrows. The UK's new Prime Minister
I know
recently
everybody
met
raising
with Nigeria's
eyebrows.
Chief of Army Staff, a move the Niger soldier criticized. He claimed that the West is trying to push Nigeria into war with Niger, suggesting that foreign powers may be attempting to stir conflict between African nations to protect their own strategic interests. The soldier's remarks also raised serious concerns about the influx of Western-made weapons into Africa. He suggested that these arms are not being used to defend African sovereignty, but are instead fueling internal divisions and violence. There is no African man, he said, who is being given weapons to defend his homeland. The weapons are only given to us to fight each other. This controversial statement underscores the growing suspicion among many Africans that foreign powers benefit when Africa remains unstable and divided. This explosive message from the young Niger soldier may just be the loudest call yet. In West Africa's rising pushback against foreign control and exploitation, it forces us to ask difficult but necessary questions. Can African nations truly reclaim their sovereignty without confronting their former colonizers? And how far is too far when fighting for dignity and independence? Let us know what you think in the comments. Will this bold message to Macron change anything or provoke something worse? Don't forget to subscribe to Pulse of Africa channel for more.
Shit, what I think, minus all that violence, it's a way to get their ass out your country. They understand. They would take everything off. They have come to ruin us. Like, who explain why they're not happy? Who? Yeah, it seems like everything we do is bad. Now you got the white people mad because they bringing the Boers over here, the South Africans. You think they was gonna like that shit? USA refugee program is suspended. Dig that. What about the other? Yeah, because that's going to affect other. Now, what if they go open the door for the other Europeans that's pissed off? Then you know it's nepotism, which we know already. We don't trust them. They are not to be trusted. They don't do business in with justice, family. Rest in peace to the great Nelly Fuller Jr., but he explained this. We know, but we are victors, family. You hear Africa, that's why Africa pushing away, but it's a way to do business, you know what I'm saying, without being messy. But if you feel that you're back against the wall, who am I to say that man ain't right? That man know what he going through. We on the outside looking in. It's easy to say, oh yeah, he shouldn't have, but what the fuck is France doing to call somebody to do that? Who's bringing France ass to heel to tell them, man, back the fuck off Africa? Why are y'all steady? And then you got these nations. If I was Africa, I wouldn't listen to none of y'all. Fuck y'all too, because y'all sit and watch that shit go on, and y'all don't say shit. Y'all watch, y'all praying, really praying for Ibrahim, and any of them that's speaking truth and awakening their people. Y'all really want them to fall because it fucks up the status quo. And people are mad instead of, okay, let me go within and look at what I'm doing to see if what I'm doing is good for humanity. Not no shit based on no philosophy of trying to rule people and all. That shit is played out. Fuck out of here. We read every day. We know all these philosophies and all that shit bullshit. We follow the Most High God. We don't fear nobody. And they need to know that and stop that shit. We ain't our fucking ancestors. Real talk. Not that our ancestors were weak or anything, but no, they didn't. It seemed like they didn't have no mercy on them. Shh, man, ain't nobody promoting no violence, but get back is a motherfucker. Like Tupac said, I ain't no killer, but don't push me. You motherfuckers take kindness for weakness. That's not a good look. I hear the analysts. Well, I don't know why America would do that. Why America continue to try to push people to the point where, like, man, who the fuck does that? Like, you think you a bully. Man, dude, this, you all, first thing y'all, and then whoever getting y'all this intel on how to move, they slow because here you got all these people sitting over here in this country. You think they people gonna sit back and allow you while y'all talking about running some military shit on they people? If the people are awakened and you know you're on bullshit, and that means you're gonna have to liquidate your whole country. What the fuck? We gonna march, and we ain't gonna march. We gonna let your ass know. No, keep your hands off them. What the fuck? Ain't nobody scared of y'all. Y'all need to wake the fuck up. Leave Africa alone. Africa know how to make their own damn decision. Ain't nobody got to threaten you and all that part, but let's keep it a buck. Africa, I'm gonna tell you what Africa probably want to tell you, or some of them probably scared to tell you. But I think you should have felt it when Ibrahim and the whole Sahel region did what they did. Man, get the fuck out their nation. What is wrong with these people? Fuck, it's like they agitating you to just tear shit up. Like, who does that? Real talk, family. Something wrong. That's not right. That person ain't wrapped too tight in the world while they sitting their ass back just watching. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they need to stop. And they talking about the United Nations, what they think. Man, nobody give a fuck about what they think. They don't think shit until they see uh the nations, like in certain nations, they're allowed to do shit. Like they won't say nothing. Like, man, Trump told y'all, man, fuck United Nations. Don't give them nothing. Let them carry their own goddamn purse. Carry your own cross. And a lot of shit they be doing, we don't support no way because it's against us. Like, man, stop playing. Africa ain't the only one feel that way. We tired of y'all. Leave us the fuck alone. Real talk. Leave us the fuck alone. You fucking with real men. God-fearing men. We ain't nobody scared of y'all. Y'all need to stop that shit. It's gonna be, and then if people raise up on your ass and show you what it is, oh, here they come with military. Want to drop bombs and shit. Like, man, stop playing. These Western nations need to stop that shit. Y'all need to open another playbook. That shit y'all being guided by whoever controlling y'all through their little money. Them people not no thinkers. Yeah, rouse the people up so you can create confusion and all this. Man, that shit ain't nobody stop. Ain't nobody thinking about y'all. People moving on in life. You know what I'm saying? We being called by a higher power to leave y'all ass down there. We warned y'all. You doing all this wicked shit, the Most High is gonna punish your ass. I'm telling you, like the Hebrews should tell you. Them people in Israel telling you they God's chosen people, but they not telling you to stop bombing shit. They leaders asking for bombs so they can blow shit up they shouldn't be blowing up. Ain't nobody gonna tell you, but I'm telling you, they need to stop blowing shit up. Stop that. And then that makes us look bad. Like, where's your fucking morals, America? You just like a whore. Do you not read the book of Isaiah when Israel, God told Israel and Jacob and Judah, especially to Israel, because he said they were going horn, chasing the gods of other nations, meaning, and also following the traditions of those nations that were not in agreement with this instruction. You don't see that happening to America. You don't see the judgment, God's hand stretched out against this thing. Yeah, okay. Yeah, man playing, but it's the Most High. The spirit of the Most High that moves you. If that's the only way you can move by His power. You think He don't see what you're doing, but He gives you free will. And let me tell you, everything you do, there's a law to it of cause and effect. If you do something, it's gonna bring forth a return on it. And if you think you can quench the fire of these people you keep trying to fuck over around the world, that shit is gonna all fall down. And that's like we over there in, with Ukraine. Like, what the fuck? Israel, like, no, I don't co-sign that shit. Why are you going to get loans on my name and my children and my children's children to go and destroy people for what? Like, the whole world knows they came through there on the Belfort Act. Come on, man. The gig is up, man. Stop playing. Y'all with this fictitious bullshit. There you lying on God. I gotta tell you the truth. It's not looking good for my European brothers and sisters. And those that love God, you should not stand with these lies. And then look what it's doing. That's the enemy of peace. That's the enemy of God's peace. We rest. All they do is wage fucking war. That's the devil, fam. That's why people call y'all the devil in the flesh. And then y'all get mad. But the people that say they with God and God's people, they ain't saying shit against it. Like they just got this they got this motherfucking this privilege that they just gonna get afforded to be forgiven. No. What the hell? Y'all better stop listening to this motherfucking science. Excuse my French, but start reading your Bible. The Bible will instruct you in the way that you should go. I don't care what color you are. And that's even with religion. Y'all prejudiced with that. Like, we know God's chosen people. The Bible, Israel was formed in Africa. Wasn't no white people over there. Now, it could have been some there in the midst of it because at that time, think about it, Egypt was like a metropolis, like Rome, like America today. It was the leading nation that everybody went to. Think about it. During Joseph, it just come out. Joseph had just established a system, a trade system, you know what I'm saying, based on what? God's law, God's instruction, the instruction of the God of the Hebrews. And Africa and other nations were able, that's truth. The Bible is proof. That's real history. That is not no fairy tale book. But y'all play games with that book, and let me tell you something. God is not going to forget your ass. You can get up and go to church Sunday and talk all this Jesus, 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 and talk all this, these the prophets, but you ain't connecting with nothing that I'm reading in this book. That book is speaking to a people, and these people you see awakening, that's them people. You better know it. A Traore, okay, he ain't got the, he built the partnerships, and he got the men that's willing to stand and ride for their sovereignty. And he's supposed to. He's the leader of that nation. He ain't no president. Presidents are beholden to the corporation. He's not beholden to that corporation. He's beholden to land and people. And what is his statement? They will die for land and people. I believe them. You should too. But why would you try to push them there? That's the motherfucker we need to pay attention to and not be silent towards. And all you Christians, that's who you need to let know. Anybody that believe in this system, in this government, you should speak your peace. I ain't saying go hurt nobody, but speak the truth to them. Truth will hurt them. And then back it with action. Don't do no fucking business with them or their friends to show them. No, stop. It's time to stop that shit. You got to use some common sense around this motherfucker. I hear everybody tell me, oh, Trump this, yeah, okay, balance the books. But don't go messing up the moral code. Men operate by code. They touch him, we strike. Okay. That's what's up. Send them boys over there to help your brother. Russia, from a brother coming from Chicago, I respect that. All that bullshit ass politics being led by donors, special donors, get their ass out of here. You still getting money. Take it how you want to, but they need to sit their ass down somewhere. You know, that man ain't no fucking politician. He's a army man, a soldier, a ruler in the army. They don't follow the same. And anybody with common sense knows. Let me bring this out. Fair use copyright. But this man you see, that man is a soldier, a ruler. He's the general of his army. He rules his nation. He is not a fucking president. You know what I'm saying? So he's not beholden to that system. But they trying to force their way on him like people just gonna lay down. Come on, man. Stop. Use some common sense in this day and age. People woke now. They've been waiting to show your ass. Oh no, we not going. They've been waiting to show you. But you insist and try to provoke people to wrath. So stop. Stop. That ain't what we paying you or sending you to do. But we understand the politics at work. They not operating off God's law. And y'all kill me. Y'all stay talking about vote and this and that. Vote for what? I can go outside and walk in front of a fucking car and get ran over. I already know where the country headed to shit. Look who ruling it. Like, get the fuck out of here. Not no more. They need a change of mind and a change of heart. God's law is universal. He's not following politics. He's not a politician. His heart is led by God and country and brother and land. God, country, and brother. That has value, more weight to us than the corporation. That's y'all shit. We don't need that. We know how to get up and trade. We know how to make the deal. We know how to establish relationships with our neighbors because it's led by love. It's not led by, I want to take your stuff. How long you think you're going to last? Stop. Yeah, he's a soldier, a ruler. He's supposed to arm himself and be ready. He's a young ruler that people oppose. What you want to do, lay down? That's not how it go. He can't answer to no damn corporation. Stop that.
That was part of a larger,
and they hate. Stop fucking hating and know how to make the deal. The fuck? He making good ones. You want to play games? Let's play.
So what's going on here? What's Russia doing in Burkina Faso?
Doing business. That's what they doing. I respect that. Bring it out. That's all in people business. Let's hear what they got to say.
Traoré took power in September 2022.
He's a soldier. That's what he's supposed to do. He is not beholden. He is not beholden to no corporation. He's beholden to God, country, and land. God, country, and people. His people. He got to answer to his people. God put him in power. How was he able to pull it off? Stop playing.
And shadowy figures trying to pull strings from behind the scenes. All of it came to a head in April 2025, when a coordinated coup nearly brought down his government. The plot wasn't just a handful of rogue soldiers. It was a network of former and current military officers, some backed by insurgent groups operating across the Sahel. Their goal, not just to remove Traoré, but to dismantle the entire regime he's trying to build. And here's where things take an international turn.
Good.
Traoré's response to the coup attempt was fast and calculated. He turned to Moscow. Within days, Russian special forces arrived to bolster his security and lock down key government sites. That move shocked many.
Now he can free his soldiers.
More questions. Is this the beginning?
Now that frees the homeland soldiers with all their new equipment and specialized equipment. They can go out there and get on their ass. Hunt their asses down. They can go and hunt any insurgents down. That was a wise move.
Of a new alliance, or is Traoré simply desperate, pulling in foreign muscle to keep his grip on power? Either way, one thing's clear. Burkina Faso isn't just fighting a domestic battle, it's become a front line in a much bigger geopolitical game, and the stakes are only getting higher. Nobody saw it coming. Another plot to take out President Ibrahim Traoré uncovered just in time. But this wasn't the first. And if history's any clue, it won't be the last. Traoré's been a target ever since he took power. Coup attempts, assassination threats, and mounting pressure from every angle. It's been a constant fight to stay in control. But this time, with the danger hitting too close to home, Traoré made a bold and controversial call. He brought in Russian commandos to protect his government. That move sent shockwaves through the region. This wasn't some symbolic show of strength. These Russian special forces are the real deal. Elite, battle-tested, and trained for high-risk operations. They were brought in with a clear mission: keep Traoré alive and his government standing. They're not just standing around palace gates either. They're actively securing top officials, protecting critical infrastructure, and reshaping how Burkina Faso responds to threats. From the presidential compound to military bases, the Russians are tightening the net around Traoré. And anyone thinking of fighting for him again will have a much harder time. But there's more to this than just security. These Russian operatives are training Burkina Faso's military from the ground up. Everything from advanced tactics to counterintelligence to surveillance. The goal: build a force that can hold its own against insurgents and traitors alike. And so far, it's working. The local forces are sharper, stronger, and better prepared for what's coming. And make no mistake, this partnership is changing the game. Traoré's decision to lean on Moscow signals a major shift. For decades, Burkina Faso relied on Western powers, especially France, for military aid and diplomatic backing. Now, that chapter might be closing. By turning east, Traoré is a new global player that's quickly expanding its footprint across Africa. Whether this alliance saves his presidency or drags the country deeper into international conflict remains to be seen. But one thing's for sure, the stakes have never been higher.
What's coming out of him?
Burkina Faso
Pay
was in
attention
step
to
with
that.
France, part of a larger Western-led
That's why we
effort
don't
to
listen
fight
to y'all.
insurgents across the Sahel. French troops were stationed on the ground.
Hold up, let me correct that. That's why we don't listen to y'all so much, because y'all don't know how to convey a message. We're strictly conveying a message. Don't know why he's doing it. Obviously, he's doing it to stay in power so he can continue to implement and build infrastructure. That's what he's been doing. Have you not been paying attention? It's only everywhere. Don't get caught up in what they assuming. Who gives a shit? Assuming to make an ass out you. Get caught up in what's really being developed. You know what I'm saying? And I would have did the same thing. Bring me, I need an army over here. And if these motherfuckers show up, you get rid of them. That's what it's for. It's war. He ain't no damn, he ain't running no fucking democracy. What is wrong with y'all? He's not beholden to no corporation. It's war. He's doing the right thing. I support that. What the hell? What y'all want them to just leave themselves vulnerable? So these people just continue to play games with them? Hell no. Y'all know what he know what to do. That's what's happening, Traoré. You let them motherfuckers know. I see y'all on business. Let them know. Don't bow down to none of them.
Operations and backing local forces.
That's what's up, Russia.
It's crumbled. The trust eroded fast. Traoré's government started seeing France not as a helping hand, but as a roadblock. The frustration wasn't just local, it mirrored a broader wave of discontent with Western involvement across Africa. When France began pulling out of neighboring Mali, the writing was on the wall. Burkina Faso didn't just drift away from the West, it pivoted hard toward Russia. And Russia, they were more than ready to fill the gap. Unlike Western powers, who often tie their aid to political conditions, Russia's pitch was simple: we'll help, no strings attached. For leaders like Traoré, under siege from insurgents and surrounded by political enemies, that offer was hard to refuse. But let's be clear, Russia's move isn't just about saving one African president. It's about strategy. It's about long-term influence. The Sahel is a hot zone, both militarily and geopolitically. And by planting its flag in Burkina Faso, Russia is signaling loud and clear, we're here to stay. With French troops heading out and Western interests cooling, Moscow is stepping into the vacuum. Russian special forces, weapons, military trainers, they're showing up all across the continent. And Burkina Faso, sitting right in the middle of the Sahel, is now a central piece in Russia's Africa playbook. Traoré's alliance with Russia is about survival, but it's also about sovereignty. He's betting that by teaming up with Moscow, his government can finally gain the upper hand.
Yeah, it's about survival too, but these narratives these commentators come with, like, they really be low key self hating. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pay attention to how they paraphrase their message, and I'll be like, dig that. That's bullshit. Remember, these are the same people that called Africans to help them to go to war. Now all of a sudden, that Africa is reaching out to who they could trust. It's a problem. Like they supposed to lay there and just let them do that. Hell no. Africa, stand your ground. Stand your ground. God, people, and country. Because they going to stand for theirs. You don't compromise that for nobody. I'm proud of y'all.
Against insurgents, stabilize the country, and break free from what many African leaders see as neo-colonial control from the West. Still, it's a risky gamble. Burkina Faso is far from stable. Insurgent groups remain active. Political rivals are watching closely, and the pressure hasn't let up. Russian boots on the ground may keep Traoré safe for now, but can they help fix the deeper issues tearing the country apart? That's the big question, and maybe an even bigger one. Does Russia actually care about Traoré's long-term future, or is this just another chess move in their growing global game? Stick with us as we unpack that next. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content.
See, a lot of people act slow. If you read the Bible, this is biblical, family. That's what the world don't understand. This I read in the Bible, and think about it. Russia's always been over there. All the wars that's been fought. You know what I'm saying? Russia was over there helping them. Nations like Cuba been over there helping them. They have already been there. So whoever this narrator is, Chris, his ass out of here. Yeah, bring the information out, but he doesn't know how to deliver the message. He got the wrong agenda, I see. All their agendas and all their conversations be to pit one nation against another. That is to the detriment of nations. What they, let me tell you something, Europe used to buy mercenaries. Where you think they come from? Mercenaries. Yeah, black people had warriors that fought. But all that military, that shit, that's their shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit come from them. They were hiring. You know what I'm saying? So stop. Now all of a sudden Africa doing it to make sure that free, like I said, that frees up their military to get rid of the insurgents in there. I don't know why the neighboring Africa, that's something they have to do, train though. That's good. Train for your military. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's a proven country. Why wouldn't you?
Black
Stop hating.
history, culture, and the evolving face of global power in Africa. Let's keep going. Burkina Faso's growing alliance with Russia isn't just about survival, it's about sending a message. On the surface, it might look like a desperate pivot in a time of crisis, but dig deeper and you'll see a bigger story playing out. One where Burkina Faso is challenging the grip of Western powers, especially its former colonizer, France. This shift isn't just strategic, it's symbolic. It's about reclaiming control and reshaping who gets to call the shots in West Africa. Let's break it down. Since Captain Ibrahim Traoré took over in 2022, Burkina Faso has been rocked by turmoil, coups, assassination plots, insurgent violence. And in the eyes of many Burkinabés, one constant looms in the background: Western interference, especially from France. What was once seen as a security ally has come to be viewed as a foreign force with its own agenda. There's a growing belief that France's military presence, far from protecting the region, has only deepened instability. Operation Barkhane, The French-led counterinsurgency mission was supposed to help, but insurgent attacks have continued, even worsened. To many, French troops haven't brought peace, they've brought resentment. That's where Russia comes in, and why it suddenly makes sense. Unlike the West, Russia isn't preaching democracy or attaching conditions to its aid. It's offering what Traoré needs most: military muscle and strategic backing without the political lectures. In a world where Western promises have fallen flat, Russia's no-strings-attached approach feels like a breath of fresh air to leaders trying to chart their own course. To Traoré and others in the region, this isn't just about choosing allies, it's about choosing freedom. Freedom from foreign influence, from imposed systems, from the lingering weight of colonialism dressed up as partnership. Russia sees this too, and it's seizing the moment. With Western forces pulling back and local trust in the West at a low point, Russia is stepping in with weapons, training, and the message that it's willing to work on Africa's terms.
That's what Africa needs. Now, will Africa have to repay them? Who the hell gonna train you and teach you to rule and have dominion in your nation that you don't pay? Who does shit like that? Black people do business with a touch of class, different from y'all. We different. Hell out of here. We got all these resources. They helping us get them what they need. What the fuck? And they starting. They got children. They got the youth already in school in Russia. And they're gonna establish more education on a scientific level. You know what I'm saying? So they can deal with more strenuous matters, taking control to develop that infrastructure so they can churn out the stability that they need, created from within. No, everything Russia doing is to build. It ain't to tear down. What the fuck? Should they not wet their beaks for helping them? Yeah, they should, but Russia should treat them with honor. The honor that they gave them and trust in them. That's all they probably expecting out of Russia. They've been having minerals forever. It ain't about the minerals. The West worry about minerals because they ain't got shit. They don't know how to put machines in their people's hands. Open the door for them. They want to charge them absorbent ass prices and put all these taxes on shit. Taxes cool, but make sure I can get the fuck in there so I can function. You know what I'm saying? All these empty ass buildings. Man, give us that stuff and give us the equipment. We can create our own paradise. And you could tax that instead of worry about other nations and what the fuck they doing. Pretty soon, that's why they turning on you. Wake up. Somebody need to send them politicians that message. Stop listening to special interest groups. They not gonna get you indoors. And people get tired of that military action. They preparing themselves. They should be. The hell?
For Burkina Faso, it's more than a
crazy.
shift
These
in
people
foreign
are
policy.
psychopaths.
It's a stand and possibly the start of a new chapter. But here's the big
You're
question.
damn right.
Is Russia really a partner or just the next power waiting to pull the strings? Stick around as we dig into that next. And don't forget, like, share, and subscribe for more insight
Russia
on
won't
Black
do
history,
shit like that.
African politics, and the forces shaping the future of the continent. At the heart of Burkina Faso's pivot,
Russia's gonna be there. Read Ezekiel 38. I don't know if y'all up on Ron Dalton, but Ronald Dalton Jr. over there at the Hebrews and Negroes platform. Y'all need to check him out. But you can read Ezekiel chapter 37 for that. 38. It talks about Gog and Magog. Who do you think that is? Yes, it talks about the millennium and how it will come a time when what he's talking about, maybe he read the Bible. I don't know, but go and read it. It talks about how we know where the sons of Jacob are at. Israel and Jacob rest. We know they're in Africa without a shadow of a doubt. And they're going to be regathered. And they're going to thrive. Because why? The Gentiles are going to take them back. All this stuff that you see happening now and our people and those that are of that particular chosen bloodline, they are a rising family. And you see there's a contingent also that's stubborn because you have Shem and Ham in there. But Shem is showing. This man got the heart of a descendant of Shem to me. I'm looking at his spirit. I don't know if he's a Hamite or a Shemite, but the area he's operating in is where? The kingdom of Judah rests. The kingdom of Judah, the land of Judah. We understand what that land was. That was inherited later. You know what I'm saying? Where y'all talking about God allowed people to just kill people and take their lands and subdue them? No, these wasn't his people. These people were into wickedness, like you see today. Wicked in every chance you give them, they wicked. So why shouldn't Burkina Faso arm itself and develop its ways of its weapons of war? It should, even on a nuclear level. And it should go through its country and side towns and all the little dark spaces and exterminate all that. Get rid of all that is not standing with country, man, and land. They're selling them out. Get rid of their asses and thrive. I pray Burkina Faso and all of Africa.
To Russia lies a simple truth. Both nations see the same adversary, the West.
Exactly.
For decades, Western powers have claimed to champion democracy, human rights, and stability
and
in
they
Africa.
don't.
But to many leaders on the continent, those words ring hollow. Behind the lofty promises, they see a different agenda, one built on control, resource extraction, and political meddling. And frankly, they're over it. Russia, on the other hand, is pitching itself as something different, a global counterweight to the West's dominance, where the West brings conditions, lectures, and a history of colonization. Russia offers partnership, respect, and military support with fewer strings attached. For Burkina Faso, aligning with Russia isn't just about firepower, it's about independence. By working with Moscow, Traoré's government is sending a loud, clear message. We're done being told what to do by our former colonizers. This isn't just a military alliance, it's a political stance. It's a declaration that African nations are ready to make decisions based on their own interests, not Western approval. But there's more to it than politics. Burkina Faso is rich in gold and other valuable natural resources, assets that for too long have benefited outsiders more than the people who live there. Russia's growing presence in Africa includes investments in mining, energy, and infrastructure. And for a country like Burkina Faso, that could mean turning its own wealth into real national strength, not just another chapter in the story of foreign exploitation.
Exactly.
Russia sees opportunity here too. African nations offer resources, alliances, and influence in a global system where Moscow is constantly looking to outmaneuver the West. So it's...
And Moscow understands too. Africa connected to us too. Y'all don't think we supporting A, B, C, and D, what our brothers and sisters doing, don't carry no weight? Yeah, right. We carry the weight. We what push ill economics, your financial systems. It ain't them. They don't got nothing but money to battle buildings. They battle people who control and create and control the system, who create and control the systems. They value family, so they can have access to it and learn it first, then they get rid of your ass. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it a buck. I love this stuff. But yeah, us in Africa, they know who it's going to affect. We might not understand the politics of it because we're not politicians. We are people, we're godly people. We look at things different from a spiritual connection. It's much deeper than what they do. Everything they do is superficial because they want something. Rush, they good people. That's a beautiful thing. I'm glad he's doing that. Sister Carrie Ann was just talking about that. Prophetess Carrie Ann, y'all check her site out. She's been talking about this for years. She ain't no newbie here. And no, everybody don't know everything, but the woman been prophesying about all this, and it's been coming to pass, and she's been championing this information. And yes, I support that because I've been championing it since the day he paid off the national debt. What was it, 400 billion? Paid it off. Then began building infrastructure, agricultural infrastructure, building his people educationally, getting even the man even got the people that's been convicted of crimes engaged in agriculture, education, rehabilitation. If you work the fields, you can, I would have been on the fields from sun up to sundown to uh, uh, delete the case, the time that I was, that you would be serving. I'm in the field planting and nurturing. You can send me everywhere to every plant, every field that you think out that needs attention. I will stay out there to eat that time up. Then when I get out, I will go into the agriculture business. You know what I'm saying? Get the money from the government. They know what you're capable of doing already. You didn't already establish yourself. Africa is on the cusp of changing the game for us. I support that wholeheartedly. Now I'm over here. Here's my print. I'm gonna get out of here too. I'm making this print that's gonna reach all of us. We understand. This is a good topic for me. This is the information that I want to go out. This is what I'm supporting. Okay, I had a black Africa outline. Now kind of filled it in. I'm trying to figure what type of, do I want a lion? Okay, roaring lion. Lion King. Let's see what we find us a lion. Yeah. But it's a lion down there and it's a rap. The lion is roaring. Ooh, yeah. There you go, right there. Need not go no far. Okay, get one more, you never know. Might find one with some color. Yeah, Africa woke now. They not messing around either. Get that one too, just see what it do. Yeah, it's a simple. Ooh. Make that shirt multi-layered, multicolored. So to have that pop to it. The lion is awakened. The lion has awakened. Yeah. The lion has awakened. He know what he doing. He took people trained. I trust that. But yes, us and them has an effect. And it reverberates internationally. They make every decision based on what we think, what we like, what we wear, our clothes, our shoes, everything they design around serving us. We got to come out of their narrative and look at it for what it's worth. We set the pace. Without our energy, they ain't got nothing. And if you allow that negative energy to come in and lead, then you're gonna lose because that's not us. We are spiritual people. Now I know many of us are into our religions, but at the end of the day, the God of the universe, no matter what you call him, he has laws that's in place that guides the universe. You know, that's why you had nations trying to create their own governments because they don't get it. The Most High never dealt with them. Psalms 147. That's why we look to the supernatural. You know what I'm saying? I understand why Africa never had an army because they never had a desire to destroy other nations. Why would we want to do that? But now they're training to protect themselves. Yes, get ready because, and you got to understand, the earth is at work too. The supernatural is at work. That's us. We're a supernatural people because we're God's chosen people. That's what we depend on. It may not, that's how they're able to overcome the enemy. They ain't over there shooting up France and sending military expeditions over there, jack France up because they was in their land and all that. That young man making threats to them, what the hell you think he should do? Continue to be bombarded by the enemy? If that's his only recourse of overcoming that, and I'm sure he mean well, he tired. He wants your ass gone. That's the problem. Let them people live. That's it. Let them live. Stop. Get out their business. Mind your own damn business and treat them right, and they'll do trade with you. You should be worried about that. Love your neighbor. like you love yourself. Don't be coming with them all that bullshit conditions and all that. They don't want to hear that shit.
No surprise that
They tired of y'all insulting their intelligence. Fuck out of here. That might be normal where y'all come from, but that shit ain't normal to us. We tired of y'all ass. Get right. Or get y'all ass on. Okay, it's been an hour. Yeah, get right. And everybody that speak about y'all should get right, it's a problem. Oh, they're speaking against us. Duh. You wicked. God ain't honoring that. Stop fucking being wicked. Your fake preacher ain't gonna tell you, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm a child of God. We don't fear no man, but we respect all and try and live peaceably with all. Y'all need to fucking stop playing games. Ain't nobody going for that. Yeah, get y'all ass on. They need to. Get on. No, them people trying to move forward. Exactly. Get your ass out there.
About ideology, it's about holding the country together. And right now, Russia is the only major power offering real, tangible support without demanding political concessions. So here's the bigger question. Is this a turning point for Burkina Faso?
Hopefully.
A new path to sovereignty and strength, or just another dangerous game of foreign influence?
Shut up.
In different packaging. Something
ain't gonna happen.
In West Africa.
You damn right.
Burkina Faso is right at the center of it. As France and other Western nations pull back from the Sahel, pushed out by growing anti-colonial anger and frustration, Russia is sliding in to take their place.
I'm telling you, it's prophecy, it's prophetic. Read Ezekiel 38.
An example for other nations that are tired of being caught under the thumb of former colonial powers. This isn't just a local shift. It could spark a regional domino effect.
It has. It can. It has.
And even China, as they look for allies who won't lecture them or try to control their political systems. The balance of power is slowly tilting. What we're seeing could be the early signs of a new geopolitical era in Africa, one where non-Western powers take the lead. But for now, let's bring it back to the ground in Burkina Faso, where things are anything but stable. Captain Ibrahim Traoré, the young and bold leader who rose to power in 2022, has already survived multiple coup attempts. With Russian commandos now backing his regime, he's managed to hold on to power for now. But the road ahead is steep, and the pressure is mounting.
All right, y'all. Peace and blessings. Peace and okay, you gotta go.
Divisions and constant international scrutiny. Even with foreign military support, Traoré is in a race against time, trying to prove he can stabilize a country on the brink while showing the world that Burkina Faso won't bow to outside control. One of his biggest challenges, the relentless wave of attacks by insurgent groups across the Sahel.
Pushing the wrong narrative, dummy. But even in that, he's still prevailing. It's time for black people. That's what I'm talking about. Black people is talking about it. You need to hear from our perspective. They giving you the wrong fucking perspective. Their perspective is not wrapped up in hope.
If there's one thing that I can count on, is that our community knows how to show love in time.
You're fucking right, because we support now.
This is the time where we don't
fuck
stop.
Who ain't.
This is the time where we keep our martyrs' names alive. From Thomas Sankara,
that's right.
Patrice Lumumba,
you're damn right.
Muammar Gaddafi,
you're damn
and
right.
the latest African king, Ibrahim Traoré.
You're damn right.
Talk to each other, teach each other.
I'm making a shirt now, sir.
Africa is waking up. And I never thought I'd see in my lifetime where we will be liberated. They never thought that we would be in communication with one another. They thought they could still push their propaganda onto us. And oh yeah, we read newspapers and see the news, but they never thought that we talk to each other so we can decipher whether or not it's bullshit or whether or not it's real. And we are putting the pieces of the puzzle together and working out that 2 + 2 does not equal 5. And that we have a right to question that, to question media, to question governments, to question
Fucking
leaders.
right.
My heart breaks into 1,000 pieces, knowing what the West did to those African leaders who tried to free their people. But Ibrahim is our saving grace. Ibrahim is our African king, and Ibrahim will be the catalyst to liberate Africa.
You're damn
so
right.
To the citizens of Burkina Faso,
start a fight.
We are there with you. We are there in spirit. We are there in voice. We are there to protect you.
Fucking right.
And to my black sisters, brothers, cousins, uncles,
wake y'all
aunts,
ass up.
granddads, wherever you are, you know this is the time. You feel it in your gut. You feel it in your belly.
I feel it, sis.
It's the time.
I'm with it.
Wake up.
Wake your ass up.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching me from. Welcome back to my YouTube space. I hope you're doing okay. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about Ibrahim Traore. And Ibrahim Traore has been trending now, and I can never cease to talk about him because as a Pan-African, I have to talk about what's going on. Now, Ibrahim Traore has captured the US. It's a metaphor. Ibrahim Traore has captured the United States. Why am I saying so? Traore has gained popularity and symbolic admiration among some Pan-Africanist and anti-imperialist circles, including some African Americans, for standing up to French influence and promoting African sovereignty. And what has made him become more influential in the United States or in America is because the Michael or US is threatening to dethrone Ibrahim Traore from power. And by doing that, Traore has gained a lot of influence inside Africa and outside Africa. I've said Traore has captured America because right now I'm seeing Black Americans showing a lot of support. And that is one thing that I love to see. I see Caribbeans showing support for Traore. On 30th April, people are saying that they are going out to show solidarity to Ibrahim.
Africa, we ain't with none of that shit.
In Traore. Now, before we dig down into this video, let's watch these clips.
Hello.
Black people, if they go trying to threaten us, talking about we'll send you to Africa, well, damn it, we've been waiting to go. Cut our fucking reparations check, and we can go over there and help build Africa. Or Africa, y'all need to send for us. The hell? Well, I know how to plan a land. We know how to build. The hell, we know how to build infrastructure on many levels. The hell, we've been over here just sitting doing nothing. Yeah, okay.
Burkina Faso.
The world know we'll have nothing fucking with them like they want you to have nothing. We got that in common. Wake up.
President Ibrahim Traore. As an African-American woman, I am so proud of President Traore.
Damn
and so happy for the people of Burkina Faso.
Everybody loves him.
I want to state for the record that African Americans have nothing to do with any assassination attempts, any destabilization of the country, or any criticism of President Traore. I don't know any American, and I don't know every American, but I don't know any American that even knows who General Michael Langley is. I actually just found out.
Hell no, who the fuck is this?
So when you see Black people being put in a position like that,
we don't fuck
and
with
then
them.
Turn on their heels to criticize another leader in another country, that is by design, and they do not speak for us.
Hell no.
They are ruining the reputation of African Americans globally, making people think that we feel this way.
No.
We have our own problems in America.
On some real shit.
On real.
Something happens to Ibrahim Traore, we as a people have felt him. We already felt the South African lady who was out here saving all them kids and told everybody on the internet, listen, they gonna unalive me because I keep on saying these goddamn motherfucking kids. And what they do, they unalived her.
Damn.
They already unalived Gaddafi.
Yeah.
They already, they made it seem like that man was the worst man living.
That man
and right now, France and the U.S. is trying to arrest that man.
Hell no.
Why peace can never get a break? You know, that's what I'm realizing as I get older. Every single day I get older.
The fuck who pushed that? Satan seed.
Can never get a break.
Black people want to tell you to fucking vote and all this. Hell no, let that shit fall.
Can just never get a fucking break in this
Can't
world.
get a fucking
called
break.
life.
God, you know I love
Whatever
you.
this thing
Damn,
we're
they
living, I don't know what it is, but
They
peace
losing my religion.
and
So
love are the two things
that
that
can
people
never
just
get
can't
up.
sit and
Never.
just let it be. I don't know what it is. But
Motherfucking
all I'm
devil.
saying is that
I'm
if
telling you
something
what
happened to
it
that
is.
man, us as a human race have to let go of the simple fact that these things are going to keep on happening to us, and we're never going to figure it out until we do figure it out. So all the he say, she say, us being loud and angry about what the society or the government is doing is literally absurd and very hypocritical for any of us to come together and say anything about anything, because we're seeing worldly great things happen and seeing the higher ups, the elites literally control these things and kill these people, unalive these people. And we go about it the next day as if nothing happens. Because us as a human race decide to not to revolt. So that's all I'm saying.
American general who's accusing Ibrahim Traore is the funniest thing you will ever hear. Hear me out. The reason why I say this is because Americans don't even know where the gold reserve is, let alone the citizens. Even politicians don't even know where the gold is stationed at.
They been Trump
so,
just
for them to come and accuse Ibrahim,
they got Africa gold and trying to hold it. Like, what the fuck?
Because Ibrahim Traore has done very well for Burkina Faso, and all African people are proud of this young man.
Yes.
And we want more leaders like this in Africa.
Damn right.
So if you
wake your ass up,
comment and share this.
A message for solopreneurs from Lettuce. You love the creative part of running your own business, but
yeah, I'm a solopreneur. I ain't thinking about none of you. Bro, snap.
Doing in his country, Burkina Faso. He's 34, president, within 2 years. Look at the impact, what he's done, guys. There's oppressors all around the world. They go into Africa, they take the minerals, they take the gold. This is what they do. It's not every day talk about the culture. As a black man, it's my duty to tell you guys what's going on. Gaddafi had the right mindset. They X'd him out. They've tried to lick him down 19 times, guys. 19 times. Listen, if you're a person that stands up and you stand up for injustice, I will tell you from now, go watch a piece of video of what he's doing and go share it. He needs to be safeguarded. And he needs our people to stand. And I'm so happy it's going viral around the world. And listen, I'm a student to the game. I'm already educating myself, guys. Full YouTube videos out now.
I love it.
I think people from Burkina Faso, Burkina
Faso, they better stop fucking around. They gonna fuck around and find out.
Or however you are born. I think you guys don't know that this president now, this your president Ibrahim Traore, is not only for Burkina Faso anymore.
That's my president too.
Let's remind you guys, let's make it clear to you guys that Burkina Faso president Ibrahim Traore is not only for Burkina Faso anymore, it's for the whole of Africa.
Damn right.
This is our president now. If anything happened to Ibrahim, if anything happened to Traore, you will have to answer to the rest of African countries. We are not letting him down anymore like we did to Gaddafi, like we did to Sankara, like we did to other people, other great people. See, if anything happens to this man, this is Traore.
You see the difference in vibration? That's the motherfucking vibration of a truth teller. Talk to me, talk black to me. All these other people narrating these stories, they trying to cause division because they lying. Black people woke and coming together, make it happen. Where's your audience?
You have to answer to every African country.
You here.
Now to the Europeans, to the Americans, that are trying to
attack
him. They are trying to
bribe him.
All eyes are on him.
God dang right.
Our focus on Ibrahim now. Like,
that's right. Talk black too.
We put our eyes on him. We put our mind on him. We put our souls on him. If anything happens to Ibrahim, we do
fuck around and find out.
And to any African person that want to betray this guy, that want to betray this Ibrahim, you will not live to see the next day. That moment that you take that money, that moment that you are to betray him, you will not live to see the next day, because what is the problem?
They say you're gonna leave the city the next day. That's what's up.
This guy is doing the best thing for us. If I thought we want to have Africa, this guy will be our president. Ibrahim Traoré will be the president of every African country. Like, we want to have one Africa like America, that will have one president. Ibrahim Traoré is the one qualified to be the president. And you want to take it down? This is a clear message to everyone. Just stay watch. Open your eye, watch. This is the right time for we Africa.
Well, you're rich. I timed your ass out last time.
Nobody can come and
then you still be coming on here. Hold on.
This is our continent. You can't dictate
there you go.
You can't dictate to us what we need to do.
You be coming on here talking crazy.
In our own continent. Guys, let's wake up.
Can't manage block words and change shape. Can review and remove chat messages.
You guys should know that this your president. It's not just for you.
You the manager. There you go. You the manager, moderator. Hello. How you doing? So what the gibberish talking about? There ain't no gibberish. This is a reactionary video to everybody talking about Traoré. And any nation talking about hurting them, Africa letting them know. That's all the Africa president. And it's really based on what we saying. You see the headline, Ibrahim Traoré has captured USA Black Americans react. And you got people on the continent just speaking their voice and their opinions about the situation and letting it be known that they support him, and we ain't having that. Hello, how you doing, sweetie? We not supporting that. We don't support that. You gotta pay attention to what he's saying. He ain't talking no gibberish. Our brothers be speaking truth. He real passionate about how he bringing it. Don't be laughing at that.
I love everyone out there. One Africa. We can
one Africa.
If we stand together, if we unite, nobody can break us.
Damn right.
I love you guys.
We love y'all too.
Anything happened to Ibrahim Traoré,
the
president of Burkina Faso, then the rest of the world will know that Africans are not cowards. Listen and listen carefully.
They're gonna learn
who you are, don't know where you are. In the days of ignorance, our leaders, our great minds were taken advantage of. But we are no longer in that generation. This is another generation. And the level we are ready to go to save Africa, to build Africa, to support Africa,
to talk to him.
Best to Africa.
It's 4 in here now, trainer.
No,
I don't know. It's 4 people here. While you talk,
for some of us, we have been waiting.
Been
preparing. We have been getting ready, mentally, emotionally,
physically. We working out too,
skill-wise.
Yes.
For this generation, for this time to come.
Goddamn right. I'm Generation X, but I'm still in.
Should allow anybody from anywhere to manipulate our system, our people anymore.
Hell no.
If it means educating our people, we will continue to educate our people. What is this thing all about? The resources of Africa. Why are they so interested in the gold in Burkina Faso? Why are they so interested in how Ibrahim Traoré goes about fixing his country?
They don't have none.
All this propaganda and all kinds of stuff that is coming out just to make sure to mess this young man up.
That's a damn shame. Bro, I
It's
don't
not going to be tolerated. Every African, every black person on the face of the earth, this is the time to rise
wake
and
your
keep the
ass
support
up.
to Burkina Faso and the rest of Africa. You shouldn't be sleeping. The past leaders, they have disappointed us. And we cannot afford to disappoint the next generation.
Hell no.
We've got the mind.
And the muscle right now.
We can think.
Right
we
now.
have the understanding. We've got the power. We've got the population. We've got the resources. We don't need nobody. We don't need to borrow money from anywhere in the world. We don't need anybody to loan us anything. We can make use of what we have to build Africa, to build our nation, to build our continent. The world does not understand this new breed, this new generation of Africans. Wherever we are in the world, we believe that we've got what it takes to do what we need to do to build Africa. And that's exactly what Ibrahim Traoré is doing in Burkina Faso, is setting an example.
Goddamn right.
And we are all watching. We are paying attention. We are following. I've never been this broken in my entire life when I see the attempt on his life, because he says, go to your country, go build your country. If you have your resources, go use your resources. If you want to take care of your people, you go take care of your people, friends. You don't need to be in Africa. We don't need you. Emmanuel Macron or whatever you call, we don't need you in Africa. We need ourselves. We have our own way of doing whatever we want to do.
Exactly. We don't need you to do shit.
Don't even think of influencing America and anyone person that want to join forces with you to touch
good night, baby.
That young man. You're gonna feel it. I'm telling you. You're gonna feel it. Your people will feel it. Your nation will feel it. We better be careful, because we are in a new generation. We are in a new generation. We are in a new generation.
Everything is accelerating. People ain't fucking
Ibrahim Traoré, we see what you're doing. We see the work you're doing. We see how you're mobilizing the nation. We see how you're affecting life. We see the impact you are making.
Yeah.
Every single one of us from anywhere in Africa, we are making effort. We are putting our best foot forward to make sure that this generation does not disappoint the next generation. And we are going to build a legacy. We're going to do something in this generation that has never been done before.
Yeah,
and we're not afraid of anything. We're not afraid of anything at all. We're going to build our communities. We're going to build our local government. We're going to build our state. We're going to build our nation. All these old guys that are just making noise up and down, going, begging for people, we're just watching them. A time is going to come out. Their cup is running out.
Exactly.
Their cup is running out.
Exactly.
If you are for Africa, this is the time to speak up.
Africans,
if you are for Africa, this is the time to speak up. A word is enough for the wise.
Yes, and listen, this is a message to France.
Yes.
This is a message to America. This is a message to all the European colonial forces that's aligning themselves to go against Ibrahim Traoré. I am telling you all now, this is back in the days of Patrice Lumumba, Thomas Sankara, and Nkrumah, Gaddafi, and all the people, y'all killed them. I feel like y'all get away with it. You see this one? I am telling you that this one, Ibrahim Traoré, in France, if you touch Ibrahim Traoré, even if you in Barbados, and when they got business in Barbados, it getting tossed over, it getting turned over, because when a wicked France, when there's a wicked set of people, and when it need to get disciplined, and if you think that you're gonna go down
In Burkina Faso, if you think that you're going to go in there and you're going to kill that man, listen, we're going to see a judgment from France, and we're going to see a judgment from America that you've never ever seen before. Right?
What?
Listen,
You better
all
tell
black
him,
people are going to care where it is all over
man,
the world.
you better tell him.
Like Brethren just said, all
Talk to me,
people
brethren.
said, do not touch that man.
Welcome
Leave
back.
him
These are Black
alone.
Americans, Caribbeans, talking about Ibrahim Traore and what's going on right now, because America or USA is saying that Traore is not fit for that seat, and that is something we are wondering as Black people. Why are you concerned with Ibrahim Traore? Why are you concerned with the Burkina Faso? Why are you concerned with the gold in Burkina Faso? Because Burkinabe people haven't told it they need your support. Burkina Faso people haven't told the USA they need your support. If they have told you, that's another thing. But nobody has told America that they need support in Burkina Faso. Just because they are not getting their hands into this gold, just because they are not getting their hands into these resources, because Ibrahim Traore has restricted them, now they're starting to bring chaos here and there. And that's why a lot of Traore has grown. He is symbolic influence. Pan-Africanists who are Black Americans, Jamaicans, are now supporting Ibrahim Traore
right now,
because of this one thing. He's fighting for justice. He's fighting for imperialists. He is fighting for the foreign influence. He wants the freedom of Africa. He is a true Pan-African. Another thing why I said Ibrahim Traore has captured the US is like this. Videos of...
Because we know the struggle, bro. African American know the struggle. The brothers from the African diaspora, your descendants know the struggle. We know what it means. We've been waiting. It's gonna be like Pharaoh, get them out of here, for they go against us. They gonna kick us out of here. The Most High is creating a situation. Because guess what? We gonna ride in righteousness. And if you think we gonna sit back and let them do that shit, no, I'm with bruh. Hell no, I support Africa. And all righteous endeavors. I wouldn't give a shit what America say. Send me to Africa, motherfucker. You probably trying to buy away, but I ain't going as no convict. I'm going as builders. They need to sit their ass down somewhere. That's the problem. And y'all scared, but we ain't scared to tell them and show them. And go show their ass. Politicians don't run shit with their mouth. You doing the bid for somebody else. Yeah, you got guns, but you got Black people there. Black people better not bring their ass out and go to war with y'all against their own people.
They don't show it in the United States. I don't know, because one Black American told me they don't see such kind of news in the United States. For us talking about Ibrahim Traore and playing his videos, they are watching it, and upon watching it, he is getting massive support from Black Americans. And one reason why they don't play his videos on the online media or on the media in the United States is because of this. Number one, because they don't want Black Americans to know that there is someone in Africa who is standing for Africans. They don't want to know that there is someone in Africa who is preaching Pan-Africanism. They don't want to know that Burkina Faso has a good leader. They want Black Americans to get this mess. Africa does not have a good leader. Now, Black Americans are paying a lot of taxes in the United States, and the one who have built the United States. And once you get attention of Black Americans, you have captured America. Once you get the attention of Black Americans, you have literally captured America. Once Black Americans decide to invest their money here in Africa, that means America is going to fall. Once Americans or Black Americans decide to put their money in African soil, we will have captured United States indirectly. And Ibrahim Traore is doing it single-handedly. His influence is growing so bad within the Black Americans, growing so bad within the Afro-Caribbeans, growing so bad that it's giving pressure to the United States. It's giving pressure to the white system. They don't want a leader in Africa to be positively influenced, to be an influence to another people. Black Americans youths are looking upon Ibrahim Traore. African youth are looking up to Ibrahim Traore. He is the man, and this man, he has created a lot of tension within the Western powers. He has created a lot of tension within the US powers. He has created a lot of tension within the French powers. Ibrahim Traoré has captured this white system. And that's why they are up and down here and there, trying to see how they can eliminate him from power or how they can remove him from power. Another thing, Traoré is sometimes as part of a new wave of African leaders resisting Western dominance, and that narrative resonates with certain political thinkers and activists in the diaspora. Think of Marcus Garvey, think of Martin Luther King Jr., those days when he was fighting for the freedom of black people. Things that he said is the things that Ibrahim Traoré is following. At a young age of 36 to 38 there, Traoré is doing what Lumumba was doing, what Thomas Sankara was doing. He has seen that the only way to bring about Africa to its best is to do away with the Western powers, is to leave freedom. We need to liberate our country. That's the only way for us to get this freedom. And by liberating Africa, by liberating African countries, we need to do away with the Western powers. A lot of countries are still manipulated by Western powers. For example, I'll give my example of my country, Kenya, still manipulated by Western powers. They are the colonizer. They are still under the spell of the colonizer. So they don't give out something good. Don't give out something good. They are here still being controlled. And Ibrahim Traoré, by confronting France and distancing Burkina Faso from Western institutions like ECOWAS and the CFA France system, Traoré became a symbol of resistance in the US. There many are critical and neo-colonialism, and this kind of boldness captures mind and hearts. Ibrahim Traoré being a resistance, he has captured the mind of Black Americans, and some Americans too are talking about him, and the US is trembled because for him doing away with the Western institution like ECOWAS, because ECOWAS is a Western institution. ECOWAS does not help Africa or West Africa, you know. EAC does not help East Africa. SADC does not help Southern Africa. It's an institution used by the colonizer to continue the imperialism. So Ibrahim being a resistance, his boldness, the speeches, he has gained himself numbers in the Africans in diaspora. He has gained himself numbers within Black Americans, Caribbeans, and all of Africa. By doing this, he has reduced massively the influence of US in Burkina Faso. He has reduced by far the influence of French in Burkina Faso. And that is to tell you that he has captured the mind. He has captured the mind of Black Americans. They want this. They love this. They tell me this is what they want. And they're out here praying for Ibrahim Traoré. And we are out here as Africans. We need to support this motive. We need to support this move. And this move is to bring about solidarity and standing to get push away the Western powers. It's not that we don't want to do business with the Western powers. For us to grow, we have to do business with them. But we need to do legit business, not exploitation. How we are doing business with China, how we are doing business with Russia, that's what we need to do. But these other countries, Western countries, they just want to exploit us. They want to eat from our back without giving up or giving on what is to be given. Now, Ibrahim Traoré is a young military and apologetic African and not controlled by Western powers. This image resonates with a Pan-African movement and a generation of diaspora youth looking for strong role model. I have seen a strong role model. I have seen a lot of youth in Black American fraternities. They are so much in support of Traoré because of his boldness. And he is young and his delivery. So that again has made him to gain a lot of attraction from young or the youths of Black Americans generation. And in a world that often feels hopeless for Black liberation, Traoré revives the revolution spirit of leaders like Thomas Sankara, Malcolm X, or Patrice Lumumba. The emotional and ideological appeal is powerful, especially among Black Americans who seek global solidarity. And Black Americans have been fighting for the solidarity of Black people in general. They didn't fight for Black Americans only, they fought for Africans too. Black Americans, they have this connection with Africa. And whenever they see someone who has the Malcolm X spirit in him, they will support him. And I have seen a lot of Black Americans start coming to Africa. In Kenya, I started talking to Burkina Faso because they want to bring the money back to Africa, and they are looking
about that. You have
countries that they can bring the money, and they have seen people